Rockstars, Eric Andres, your guitar sage here, and today we're going to be talking about the blues row game changer. Okay, now what is the blues row game changer? It's this. Did you know that most of the great guitarists, most of the great blues guitarists use 6 chromatic notes? Yes, you heard me right, 6 chromatic notes in blues music. If you know these 6 notes, it truly is a game changer. All these notes sit right together. And after watching this video, not only are you going to know where these 6 notes are, you're going to know exactly why they work, when they work, and it's not just going to be in one place on the neck. You're going to be able to do this all over the neck, okay? Minimum of 6 different places, but you'll be able to do this all over the neck, okay? Now, here is why I call this the blues row, and it's this. Most often, when people are thinking about blues, they're thinking pentatonic or blues scale. Pentatonic, the notes are separated by at least 2 frets, sometimes 3 frets, so 1.5 steps. So it's an odd thought to think that there might be 6 chromatic notes that we could use in blues. But let's talk about it here. Now I have another video where it talks about 9 different notes that we can use a lot in blues and they work. You can check that out in another video. Just search YourGuitarSage 9 and you'll find that video. But what I'm going to be focusing on are 6 of those notes that are right here. So if we're in the key of A, which we are just now, this is our 1. And this is where the blues row begins. It begins on 2. So we have a 2, a flat 3, a 3, a 4, a flat 5, and a 5. Now, some of those probably rang true to you, where you said, yeah, sure, I can understand why those would work. For instance, the 1 would work great on the 1 chord. And by the way, when we're talking about 1s and 5s and flat 3s and all that stuff like we're talking about those notes as they are named according to the major scale, right? So we have our major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Don't fear these numbers here. It literally is like counting steps. Is it the 3rd step that you're on or the 4th step? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. I know I'm playing the major scale, not the pentatonic or the blues scale, because that is how we analyze the notes. The blues scale or the major scale is our de facto benchmark for analyzing these notes, okay? So if we say we're in the key of A and our A is the 1, then our 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be 4 notes up in the major scale. In this case here it'd be a D, and our 5th note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be an E. And so if we're playing an A chord, then it would make sense that that A note would work on there, the 1. When we're playing the 4 chord, the D, it makes sense that the D would work. When we're playing the 5 chord, the E, makes sense that the E would work, right? Now we know that that's just pentatonic, right? When we're talking those 3 notes, or at least 3 of the notes out of the pentatonic, there's also the 1. The flat 5 is the note that's in between the 4 and the 5, and that's the note that really gives it that bluesy sound, right? If we just said, we just skipped over it, we're not getting that bluesy sound, that's the blue note, right? In between the 4 and the 5. It's right there, okay? So we got the 1, the 4, and the 5. That makes a lot of sense. When I'm on the 1 chord, I'm going to play a lot of 1. When I'm on the 4, I'll resolve the licks to 4s. And when I'm on the 5, I'll resolve the licks to 5s. Not always, just usually, okay? And we've got that little in-between note there. Well, there's 3 other notes that we have yet to talk about. When we're playing a 1 chord, this is a major chord progression, right? We have a major 1, a major 4, and a major 5. So technically, this major 3rd should work. That note there is our major 3rd from the 1 chord, right? So that guy definitely should work. But usually when we're playing blues, what we're doing is we're playing this minor 3rd and we're bending it up a little bit. which is why that works. A lot of people wonder why that minor third works. Is because usually we're bending it to the major third. It's an intention. It's saying, hey, this is where we're going. And so our ear's okay with it. There's a lot of tension there. And we're resolving it to that major third and then really resolving it to the 1. Very common in blues, right? So that's why that note should work. So that's the 5, the flat 5, the 4, the major third, the minor third that we're bending up a lot and resolving to the 1. And then we have our 2, our major 2. Now, that appears naturally in a major chord progression and in a major scale. There's 1, 2, right? In this case here in the key of A, it's a B. But the other reason why that works is on our 5 chord, we've got that note sitting right underneath there. We've got that B right in that E7 chord. So it works really well right there. So if I'm playing along, so that's when we hit that 5 chord, it works really nicely, okay? So now, all that being said, we know where our notes are, right? The 2, the minor 3, the major 3, the 4, the flat 5, and the 5. 6 chromatic notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all together. Now, I know some of you are probably saying, well, can't you just noodle a bunch of notes around then in blues and just kind of... Can you do that in blues? No, not unless you want it to sound jazzy. So even though these notes are available to us, we need to learn how to use them, okay? And so some of the bits that I showed you there, when you're on the 1 chord, play that 1, the 4, play the 4, play the 5 on the 5. That sort of thing is going to get you there. This is a little tricky. It's going to take a little time to get this, but alas, what you want to do is work with some of the jam tracks that we provide for you all the time that are on our channel, also on Pro Jam Tracks, the YouTube channel, and work with these bits. Really emphasizing the 1, the 4, and the 5, and using those other notes as spices, if you will. Now, I've got lots of videos on blues, because this obviously is not going to extensively cover what it is that we talked about today. There's lots more to this, and the application of it is everything, okay? Now, let's talk about really quickly how we can move this over to some other places on the neck, and then you can, because I promised you'd be able to do that. If this is our 1, our 4, and our 5, right, we can take that, whatever we do on strings 1 and 2, we can do that on strings 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 very easily. So, right, there's our A. This is our A. So we have that row right there again. If this is our row, or, right, then if you identified it like this, and this is our 5, that's the top of our row. Then going down, we got 5, flat 5, 4, major 3, minor 3, major 2, and then back to our 1 again. Okay. It's all the same. So using my springboards method that I talk about here on YouTube, you can search YourGuitarSage springboards. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is an A at the top there. This is an A. This is an A. And then, of course, then we have the versions of that go further up the neck. Okay, so here on YouTube, search YourGuitarSage springboards. Friends, game changer here. Use this. Use it with the jam tracks. I'm here to help you. Leave your comments below. Thumbs up. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. All videos, all that good stuff. Also, leave those comments below. I really want to know what you think about this, and I want to help you. I'm very passionate about teaching guitar. Anybody can play guitar to the capacity that they want. They can be the best players that they've ever imagined, but it takes work, okay? It takes practice. Friends, I'm here for you. You know what to do. As always, be kind to all beings. Do the right thing. Always practice your guitar. Take advantage of the free course that I have for you below. First link below, or text me 833-744-0154. I'm here for you. See you in the next video.